Hi guys, 14th Prime here with the first of 3 top 10 videos to end off the year. Which this first one, as you can tell by the title, is the top 10 list for third-party and masterpiece figures that I bought this year. Of course, the rules for this, it's kind of similar to last year, instead of doing 5, we're doing 3 because it's a bit less, a bit less rules going on for spreading everything. But essentially, it doesn't have to be bought this year. It can just be like, it has to be bought this year. Let me phrase that. It doesn't have to be released this year, but it has to be. I had to purchase it this year, which all of these I did. I had to make sure. Which 2020, it's been a wild year, but I've surprisingly gotten a lot of third-party figures this year. Like, it was actually harder to do this list just because I got like way more than I normally do for third-party in a year. But yeah, anyways, enough with that. Let's go ahead and get into the list itself, with number 10 being the Bad Cubes War Dog, aka Warpath. And so this Warpath is actually one that I use for my Generations display, since I'm the kind of person that's like, I don't like Warpath being a mini bot or even like the height of like a car, just because he's a tank. Like, dude, he needs to be swole. Which, just for a bit of scale for those that are kind of like me, there's a Netflix B that I have sitting here, which pretty much I sized him with Siege Prime, and he's like the height of Siege Prime, and he's way more thick. As you can tell, he's a very thick boy. But yeah, he would be a bit higher on the list because I do love how he looks in both modes. Just transformation is a big old pain on this thing, and there's some weird joint things going on here and there. Like, it isn't bad, it's just like, it's just odd. But overall, still a great figure. I could recommend all the figures on this list. So, but yeah, definitely worth getting if you can find one, since, you know, this figure was released a good couple years back, but not as old as I thought it was. I thought this was like 2011, 2013. I think it was actually released in like 2015, which really surprised me. Anyways, enough with him. And the number 9 slot is going to the Planet X Ratchet, which some of them I know their third-party names, other ones I don't, so here we go. Which I do also have Ironhide, and I do like him. It's just my Ratchet has a little bit less issues going on here and there, and plus I like the bit of remolding they did like on the chests. I just like Ratchet's colors a lot more, and even his head sculpt is just sublime. It's just beautiful. Now, of course, this mold still does have the weird issues with like the arms and how like they're a bit limited due to just the shoulder chunks, and how his elbow can't even bend more than, they can't even go 90 degrees, which is probably why he's this low on the list. But I mean, it's still fairly posable. Like, it's got a lot going on. It's just you gotta be able to work with his joints. They're not easy. But still definitely a figure worth picking up, especially if you got one during that BBTS sale. Which, funny story, I went to buying both of these, and so I bought, I think it was actually Ironhide that I bought off TF Source for full price, and then literally the next week they went on sale, and I was so mad. But I picked up Ratchet immediately after. I think it's either him or it was reversed. But yeah. Anyways, Ratchet definitely worth getting, so is Ironhide. If you guys can, if that BBTS sale is still going on, go for it. They're worth it. Yeah. Anyways, number 7 on the list being the Toy World World War II Bumblebee. Which actually I need to get the camera down a bit because he's small. Now, this is a figure I actually was planning on getting last year, but I think it came out last year, and I just completely missed it. And I thought it was gone forever, like, because I really wanted the gray version, because I couldn't find it anywhere. But TF Safari is a site that I started using this year, and luckily they had one in stock, so I bought that, and I love him. I just love, like, just the paint on this is so nice. Just look at all, like, God, I wish I could have weathered like this. Just really nice paint and weathering going on. I love the fact that it's Studio Series scale. One thing that bothers me is that, like, hardly any third party does, like, scaling with mainline stuff. Because that's, like, my favorite stuff for third party. It's like, why? Why don't more do this? Like, I would totally buy a lot more I would buy other third party things I'm not even totally interested in if it would just scale with, like, regular stuff. Because, like, for example, the like Bumblebee Optimus third-party stuff. I really don't want a Masterpiece big boy-sized one. I don't care enough for that. But if they made one that was like Studio Series height, I'd go for it. Which I know there's that one where it's like he's shorter than Studio Series height, though technically it's a bit more in scale just because the Bumblebee scale is less, but I do kind of want him. I might pick him up eventually, but anyways, this figure, he has a beautiful remote mode, beautiful alt mode, it's fantastic. A few little issues on mine is the fact the one thing that weirds me out is how the knee works. Like it's this whole one double jointed hinge that you can just have straight going on, and then this over here is just real loose on my copy. So I kind of try to keep it in a certain way. But yeah, he also has the common issues like these flaps just not having it, which is unfortunate. But it does make sense for transformation, and I knocked the hammer off, which, take a second to look at the hammer, because it's also very beautifully painted. So yeah, just really good figure. If you can at least get any version of the mold, I'd say go for it. But the gray version, at least the one that I like, so go for one. They're worth it. It's support Toy World World War II line. It's great. It has some really good figures and good designs. And as of this recording, I'm assuming Toy World is fine since they had legal issues. They got raided recently, but I saw there's updated photos of their Jetfire coming out, so I guess they're fine. So number 6 on the list, the first masterpiece, well, official masterpiece, which is Masterpiece Blue Streak. Which, Blue Streak, this has actually been a masterpiece that I've wanted for a while because I adore the colors, and this is arguably my favorite masterpiece mold. Like, I don't have a ton of them, but I've had Prowl, and I just adore that figure. Because I think this mold really hits like that old masterpiece aesthetic while still having a great amount of articulation and paint to a T. Like, it's just peak perfection, and I love it. And these colors are amazing. Just all the beautiful, like, metallic blue going on with the silver, and plus you get these awesome big old cannons, which are really cool. It just looks fantastic. Like even all this, like the nice silver trim going on these, it's beautiful. This thing is just pretty. It looks amazing. Like if you can get this guy, go for it. Again, I can recommend everything on this list, but if you like this, if you're a fan of this mold, you definitely do need to pick this guy up. It's just fun. I really hope there's a select one too of the Earthrise Blue Streak, just because I actually do really like the Earthrise Datsun Bros. I do think they're one of the few really good figures from Earthrise. Just the QC issues with them are quite unfortunate. But yeah, this guy, beautiful. Camera does not do him justice. Look at him with your own eyes in your own hands. Number 5 on the list is MPM Starscream, which is this big hulking lad. I hope he doesn't fall on my studio. Oh God, he's so big. Anyone that doesn't own him, here we go. Bumblebee, bringing him back. Can't even look him in the groin. But yeah, he probably would be higher on the list if it wasn't for like a few, like the arm joints just being really loose, and the lack of paint on the weapons bugs me. But everything else is great. Like it's God, how do I describe this thing? The jet mode is just fantastic, perfect rendition. Robot mode is just a perfect rendition of it. He has really good joints again, except for those shoulders, which is just really unfortunate because it's like the one major thing that holds him back from me from being like just perfection. Is like I could get over the lack of weapons paint if the joints on the shoulders would just be nice, just not be super loose. Which I kind of tightened them a little bit on mine, but not quite. Oh, this one actually, okay. Floor polish settled in there. This is the one that, yeah, quite unfortunate. Which, funnily enough, I just bought, quick side note, I just bought a DSI, and I just completed the 2007 Autobots campaign on it, just because I really wanted to play the game again. Now I gotta track down the Decepticon one, so I'll be playing a Starscream in that eventually. Yeah. Anyways, that is it for Starscream. And now for number 5 on the list, which I don't know if I just started accidentally doing the number, if I was doing the numbers wrong or what, but this is number 5. It's still, there's still 10 figures, even if I'm doing the numbers wrong. It would be the Planet X Slug. Slag. I don't know. Since I remember his name was just one that I wasn't going to try to pronounce, but I got most of the Planet X Dinobots this year, so I mean, this is one that I do enjoy. He's just a really good toy. Like, it's just, I love the alt mode is very posable, unlike ones like Snarl, who just feels super limited. The weapons, as you can see, are just awesome. It's just these gigantic freaking, what are these, like sniper rifles or just rifles? Like, I don't know, it's just great. And then his swords even are pretty cool. I don't have his swords on him, but like they even have sheaths and everything, and I think it's really neat. But just, yeah, the only issue with mine, unfortunately, is whenever I got it, it was missing the inner tail piece right in there, unfortunately. You see it. This one has it, so he doesn't have the full tail. If anyone has a replacement piece, I'd love it. I would have just gotten a replacement one, but if I remember correctly, I got it from BBTS, and they didn't have any more in stock, so they didn't have a replacement, unfortunately. But yeah, just fantastic figure. I mean, the Planet X Dinobots as a set is just fantastic in general. I mean, I'm not a Snarl yet, so I don't know if I've heard he's kind of iffy, which worries me, but I just haven't been able to pick him up yet, unfortunately. But yeah, this lad, definitely worth getting. Very, very beautiful boy. And getting things a little small now. Number 4 being the, I believe, Magic Square Shatterglass Cyclonus. Which, you know, this year, again, I've been getting a lot of third party, and I got completely into Legend Scale this year. And I reviewed this guy recently, so I'm gonna keep my thoughts short. Great figure, fantastic Cyclonus toy. Like even the photos of the Kingdom one, I'm like, I'm probably gonna like this one way more. Like, this is just a fun little figure. Like, I just don't really fully know what to say. Like, it's just the best Cyclonus toy I've ever seen and probably ever will see. And it's just so simply done that it's just kind of amazing. Like, I wish these companies would upscale their toys to generation scale. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. But yeah, good toy, good lad, worth going. Going up next, we got the top 3 now. Which number 3 being another tiny boy, the Shattered Glass Soundwave from New Age, the Karate Kid, New Age Karate Kid. There we go. I remembered one, but again, this is one that I covered recently, so I'm going to keep my thoughts brief. My favorite Legend Scale figure I own. It's been a real battle between him and Cyclonus, but I think him as a set overall just works very well, and just the stuff you get with him and everything, just just seals the deal. Just a great figure. Shattered Glass fans, it kind of sucks for us that the only real way we can get new stuff is through Legend Scale things, but at the same time, if you're a Shattered Glass fan, it's worth doing. Jump in, it's great. It's pretty fun. I've had a fun time so far this year. And then Megatron's coming out soon. Like, I'm ready for next year. Yeah. New Age Karate Kid who just lost his little rat bat. Poor guy. Anyways, number 2 on my list. I don't even know if I gotta put the camera up or even say words. This figure has been it's Planet X Vulcan, aka, you know, Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. This figure's been praised the ever-loving daylights out of so much. Do I even need to say anything? Do I even need to say why it's good? You all saw the video reviews. You've all at least seen one video on this guy. Everyone here should know about him. But just, yeah, I just don't know. Like, just a great figure. Everything works. It's just great stuff going on here. Like, everything's the right size. He feels like he should. He scales with, like, either Planet X stuff or even, like, regular Chug things, like, or Generations. Like, he totally could work with them, too. Like, he's just all around good boy. Good big boy. And that's all I need to say on him. Since, again, it's it's Planet X Vulcan. Like, you guys know. You all know. And then last, but certainly not least, at the #1 spot, Mastermind Creations dropping in Taran. If I can get him up. There we go. Which, this is actually the year where I got the entirety of the DJD. Let me bug the camera a little bit. There we go. Like, I actually only... I think it was last week I got in... Wasn't Helix... Thesaurus? You know, Grind Gut Boy. I got him in recently, and so I've completed the entire team, which you'll see in the collection video in the next few days. Woo! But yeah, just out of them, just Taran is just a beautiful mold. I even got the roller version of it, so I already had like a little appetizer to the main course, and just this mold is where it's at. This is like MMC perfection. This is just 110% MMC at the top of their game. The best possible thing they could do. Like, I am excited for their projects. I am excited for the stuff coming out soon, like the IDW Orion packs, and then the Masterpiece Scaled Star Convoy, and then actually Chrome Dome Rewind, their 2-pack I have on the way right now. It won't be here by the time this video comes out. They should be in, and but I am very excited to see what all they do next year. Oh yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for sitting here watching me ramble about various toys for about 20 minutes. Any of these you like, any of these you don't like, comment below. What's a third-party figure that you think I should have been like, how dare you not mention this that came out this year? Even though I probably didn't buy it, so I don't know, I might have bought it. But yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You just go come check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages, linked in the description below, and you can come join the Infinisun Discord server, also linked in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.